Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from your favourite GenerallisimoX2HD. I am the Duke of Marava, and we are joined by the Duke, the Guitar Man.
What a surprise. Hey everybody, hope you're going to enjoy this video.
Yeah.
That we did a battle online, the two of us all out together. And yeah, we're going to, just talk through it. I know I played very poorly this battle. The Duke obviously played far better than I am.
Yeah, but then you'll see another battle. Yeah, no, we don't want to ruin it. Anyway.
No, well, yeah, the Duke played very poorly in another battle.
Anyway, what we've done is we've recorded both of us, and we are now doing the same video, just not on the same, like the same recorded game, but not on the same computer or game at the moment. So, what's been going on? That's just me, that York is Russia, Mother Russia. GuitarMan is Great Britain, haha, Rule Britannia. Now I have got Cossack Cavalry, 2 Cossack Cavalry, 2 Dragoons, 2 Lifeguards, a couple of Musketeers, 3 Russian Jaegers, 2 10-pound unicorns, which I love because they're so beautiful, and a general staff, of course, and just for fun. Simulation. I mean, I had money to spend. Why shouldn't I do that anyway? Want to list what you got?
Yeah, I've got, some couple of rifle units, some light infantry, some foot guards, some Fort Highland foot, some King's German costume guards, the Rangers. Yeah, then a couple of dragoons, a couple of light dragoons, and 5-inch howitzers, 6-pounder.
Yeah, and well,
yeah, nice balanced army.
You're moving about a bit now. You're setting up your army. I decided, even though, as you saw in the last battle, I didn't do that well. I probably should have done much better, but yeah, I wasn't playing with a good ally.
Well, you find often you have battles where everything seems to go right, and then you have battles where everything seems to go wrong.
Yeah.
It's just
this battle for me, everything just went right.
I know. Sometimes you just miss something, right? You're thinking, oh, I'm winning, and then suddenly you just notice that they had another cavalry unit, which is just destroyed half your light infantry.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I'd like to point out we don't have any rules, because as we were joking before the battle started, imagine if the Battle of Waterloo went and just galloped across to Napoleon and said, "Excuse me, we're playing no artillery, what are you doing here?"
And then we just went on a whole roleplay part, and it's us. We're like that. Anyway, what was I saying? Well, as opposed to last battle, I have split my men up in half again, but I have not done what I did last time. I did not just, it started by the way, I did not just put a couple of men in one group and then the rest of my force in the other. What I've done is I actually split my men in half, completely split my men in half. So at one end, as you can see, there's this big blob of rocks here that you can't put them together. So if you manage to outflank them on this area, which is what I'm going to attempt to do, and hold them back on this flat area over here, you're going to just do really fine. No, they won't be able to do anything for you.
That's what, it's okay to split your troops in half if they're able to support each other. Like if you can still wheel one unit around and support the other side. It's just dangerous to send men off where they're completely unsupported.
Yeah. Now looking at your side, you want to tell us what your plans are doing?
I don't know. My plans are mostly just to try and get on the hill. I don't like running men because I think it's silly to get them exhausted before the battle's even begun. So just and then
you're moving your horse artillery up.
I moved my horse artillery up. Then saw that they were running upwards. I decided to run them back down again, which was a pretty useless thing to do. I mean, just a bit of a time waste.
Yeah, this is gonna be funny. So you're setting up your horse artillery now. You're just unlimbered them. Well, no, actually, no, you're running them back, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just running them away again.
Anyway, back to my side. What's been going on? Let's try listing off what our opponents have. Have a couple of voltagers. I don't know if I think they have chasseurs. I think the other GuitarMan's opponent had chasseurs. Yeah, I had voltagers. A couple of Swiss foot, a couple of Polish legion. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just nice balanced French forces, really.
Yeah, more of an elite actually army. It's not just Fusiliers and just like they got obviously the Old Guard and another Polish Legion forming up on the flank, and they have also got this 12-pounder foot artillery, which I don't know why they're just kept on hiding and then not hiding and then hiding in. So I don't know, didn't see it very well. And then he has got Dragoons and Empress Dragoons on this side here, and these Empress Dragoons have just took a massive blow, and they're down 31 from 45, just from this awesome 10-pounder unicorns who have set up and just decided not to move them up anymore and just fire at them. Now let's move over to GuitarMan's opponent, which is basically the same. He has got what? National Guard, more Young Guard, Old Guard. Yeah, this is an unbalanced army, if you can call it this, because he's got elite, but then again he's like also got a lot of militia, and these militia like cancel out because they're wasting space.
If you can work it well.
Yeah, but it's harder. You need to be experienced with that. And it's got a whole couple of chasseurs à cheval.
I can't even watch my side. I'm watching your side because my side is like, so cringy.
Yeah, and those chasseurs à cheval just let off a fire into the light dragoons, and those light dragoons are dropping. That's a shame. But
that's like 5 men or something.
Yeah, right. Back to my side.
Well, essentially, I'm saying it's interesting from like my perspective to watch your side, like just to see what was going on, because you know often you get during the battle you're not really sure what your allies are doing because you can't watch it.
Here I've moved my Russian cavalry up to the flanks and try to see if I can dislodge these Empress Dragoons, because even though you know they're a couple of men, I'm trying to move my men up so that they'll be aligned where those Dragoons are. So while I'm shooting at them with my artillery, along with these Polish legions,
so you've got infantry firing at them as well.
Yeah, I didn't actually mean to do that, but I mean I didn't even see that they charged. What you might have missed before is that I had these cavalry here, these two, and you can see them depleted. I charged the dragoons.
See, I can see half of your Jaegers just died. Weren't killed by cavalry. They're killed by friendly fire.
Yeah, that's why when I put them in front, I always like put them spread out. As you can see, my other Russian Jaegers now are just doing fine. Now over here on this side, where you see you can call it my main force because it has two Jaegers instead of one. Problem with this is that I messed up quite badly with these men, and I put them close to my Russian Jaegers, which could work, but only if you're also engaging with other infantry, not only when you're engaging with voltigeurs. And so my men, you would see later, would take heavy losses just because they were standing there. Every shot that the voltigeurs will shoot would just be on target, and so I failed very badly on that account.
Yeah, voltigeurs are really good units. If you're playing as French, always have a good couple of voltigeurs, because they got the range, they got the firepower.
Here you can see National Guard, as you can see, charging King German Legion and rifles at the same time, which, you know, it's not going to work, especially with 5-inch howitzers there. It's just taking a load off them.
Yeah, this is when I pull some units round, and then I'll stick my howitzers on, shrapnel or canister, whatever it is, and I just did, a big canister shot, killed like 15 men, and then probably killed half of my own as well, but yeah, I did actually.
Here, engagement on my side has started with the main forces. It's very tidy, you can see. This is why Napoleon is just very brilliant. You can see there's like this line in the middle, or you could just call it no man's land. The two sides I've set up, they're not going to be moving. Here, as you can see, I've moved my men up. This is a mistake I was telling you about. I was hoping I could shoot off on those voltigeurs, but it turns out I couldn't. So when I moved them back again, they moved their whole army forward, and then I moved my men forward, but they didn't move it forward, and so my men just lost loads of men.
Yeah, so if I was looking at your side, I'd probably just hold back a little bit, wait until I've destroyed those units on the right flank, and then just flank them.
Here you can see another example of what we were talking about last battle, is if you can't see the enemy, don't shoot. And these old guard here were walking forward, and they were shooting at my men here on these lifeguard foots. They couldn't do anything because they were too far away. I waited for them to get closer and then just let off some fires on them. And now their old guard are now down to 77 men, while my lifeguards, who are their only opponents, are down to 113. So, and I've got the low advantage. You can see he's got the hit advantage. It's not just working out for him. And my howitzers off there, some fire.
So you could have pulled one of your musketeers in to lend some fire against the voltigeurs. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Don't look at my side because I'm about to lose my unit. Yeah, I just lost my unit of King's German Light.
Sorry, I have to.
No, it's very embarrassing. I tried charging them up the hill at the artillery, and it was just a disaster.
Was that shrapnel canister? Sorry.
Yeah, they just went mad.
But if you can see the National Guard, they're taking it in turns to run around this hill. Like they've got this big block, and they're just like waiting for the next person to try to like move up so that they can move up. Like, they're very orderly.
And they just killed some of their own men.
Oh, they're gonna do it. Oh, that artillery shot right into those two men.
See, what I'm doing with my rifles is just picking them off. Like, they're missing with all their canister shot, so I'm just like picking a few off.
Here, I've routed completely the enemy's left is just gone. If you can see my musketeers, I managed to put them to the side and start engaging with them. And here my Russian eagles do their thing again and just randomly move while my men are shooting and just fire at routing enemies. But I see my mistake.
I see you just lost your Cossack cavalry.
Yeah. I charged their voltage. What happened was he moved all his voltages forward and he didn't support this group here. And I just saw that advantage. A Cossack cavalry for voltager, very, very worth it in my opinion, as voltagers are a big unit and like they can rip apart your infantry if you don't watch out. So Cossack cavalry, very cheap, you know, they do the job for it. And my howitzers, it hasn't happened yet, but there'll be a shot soon. You just see a shot just coming from artillery, just blasting these Polish Legion. If you want to see GuitarMan, you can just move your camera there and just like not move it, and then just watch this fire, just like boom.
Is it now? No.
Soon. It's very soon. It's very soon.
How long
Here it
is
comes.
it?
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I'm watching.
That wasn't it.
Oh my god.
That wasn't it. Okay.
They're so alive. I do love their uniforms. Like, they look sort of a cross between like samurai and like people who've just graduated from university.
See my line infantry here? I took heavy losses here, and I moved my men forward to see if I can engage them, and just before I was about to shoot, they moved their voltages back. So, you know, it wasn't just very nice. Here, the French are moving up on GuitarMan's right flank here with their guardsmen. Some Swiss foot, some more Swiss foot, and some Chasseurs of Cheval just running across. And if you look at it, it doesn't.
There's just a Cheval disaster. They destroyed my light infantry and my artillery and my howitzers.
And you've got men facing the wrong way as well.
I'm not even watching. I'm actually just looking at a random tree. It makes
anyway,
me feel.
wait. The artillery blast is going to be very soon. I think the
I'm
next
watching.
round. Anyway, I see that nothing's been going on my area. Here it is. Here it comes. Here it comes. It's next one. I'm just waiting for it because it's.
What is it? Is it a howitzer?
Yeah, it's a unicorn, and it just like completely blows apart. Anyway, I see that, you know, I can move my men forward here, and that's what I'm starting to do. I'm just going to start moving my men inch by inch to make sure that they're not going to get, you know, completely. They could just bring a couple of their men forward here out of hiding if they have any, because I didn't see any. I don't remember if they had, you know, in these trees everywhere.
Whoa!
Did you just see it?
Yeah.
Well, I think you might be a bit ahead of me, but yeah, that's it. That's just a blast right in the middle. That's the unicorn for you. That's just because of that awesome shot. Let's just look at them. They're just so epic. Anyway, back to where the real fighting is.
Did you watch it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I just saw it now. I think you're a bit ahead of me. Anyway,
I'm gonna pause.
I take some sweet shots at his general staff, but it's just not seemed to work out. And his voltages move up again. I again tried to move my men forward, but to no avail. I rout one of his voltagers, but I take heavy losses with my musketeers. Each one has lost at least 30 men, apart from these ones. Anyway, dragoons on the flank. I'm waiting for an opportunity to attack their flanks, because once they move their men into square, I can advance my whole force. They're pinned down.
Your Jagers have done pretty well against their voltigeurs.
Yeah, these voltageurs are now getting fired on two sides, and it's not very pretty. On the other hand, these Polish legions who are just taking a very heavy, they're taking some epic shots. They're about to rout soon. They can't do very much. They've got a lifeguard and musketeers, and you know, when in a situation like that, you just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have like this number of men on your flank face back. You know, have like 4 infantry divisions and a couple of cavalry units. Look, now your enemy is realizing this and starting to bring up some more men. But he shouldn't have been exposed like that. His Polish legion shouldn't be there.
Yeah, they shouldn't. But
They should be back with the rest of his line.
Exactly.
Maybe on the other side of his 12-pounders.
Yeah.
You know, on the
Now here, what he tries to do is he tries firing shrapnel from his artillery. The problem is, I mean, it could be that they're close, you know, but look at the angle of elevation. I keep on talking about this. When they fire, they're going to be firing in a straight arc. Their artillery is going to go like this. Just as my screen went, that's how it's going to go. It's not going to go straight down. It's not got gravity affecting it at this close of a range.
But you just got them now,
Yeah.
like his artillery with your cavalry. What you should have done, if you'd have had that Polish legion on the other side of his cavalry.
Well, on my screen, it's
I mean, on the side
now.
of his artillery. You know, you just.
For me, it's just happening now, but that's what happens. Whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. He moved his Polish legion into square to ward off my cavalry, who went for his artillery. So it gives me extra time to rush, and not walk, rush. That's what you do when you're in a situation like this. Move your men forward as quick as possible, try to engage the square. And as you can see, my artillery are still firing on the squares, and they're just murdering them. It's just epic. Anyway, that's my side. Let's go to GuitarMan's. My cavalry here engaged his guard seamen. They were unprotected. I saw them, so I charged them to give GuitarMan time to swing Lightfoot around to start firing on theirs.
Yeah.
He's got some attack.
And
In
my
the
plan
centre,
was,
nothing.
I told my my rifles, I think, to put stakes in the ground, and they put about 3 stakes in the ground. So they just got charged, and that was the end of that part of the line.
Here they tried outflanking me. If you can see these Swiss foot on my right flank.
That's quite a nice defensive position. Like, I do like that. You know, just on top of the ridge. That is how you want your units to be.
And here's where I completely encircle the Swiss foot, just as you would like it, GuitarMan. Encirclement on all sides. Well, flanks. And he's routing. He's charging in. I don't know what. Maybe morale boost when he charged, but
I don't know. They couldn't run out of bullets, could they? They should have had loads of bullets.
No, no way. I mean, I haven't run out of bullets, and I've fired much more than. Anyway, they've routed. They've lost a lot of men. That's where my voltages move forward. These voltages.
Yeah, you can see on the Duke's flank that it's basically been won, but on mine it's still very much
in the balance.
Yeah.
My Russian Jaegers here are ran out of bullets.
Quite a few of these units on my side are actually the one that Duke was fighting, I think.
Yeah, they split their army in half, and suppose and then my opponent moved all his men across. Once he saw that his side was just over, he moved all his men across to his allies' side, and that's a good idea. I mean, when you're in a situation like this where your whole army's just been turned, you run your men across to your allies so that maybe you can protect him from the onslaught, give him time to defeat the opponent. But as you can see, because GuitarMan is managing to stop him, nothing's been happening. He just charged his 8-pounder artillery. That's it. I mean,
see, I wasn't doing so well in this battle, so I also just sort of held off, realising the Duke's going to win. So hold off a bit, wait for the Duke to win, and then the Duke can swing round. 2 of us against 1, we're going to win.
Here comes some more chasseurs à cheval charges. He's going to try moving his men onto these Lightfoot. I will try to counter with these dragoons, but I didn't see it until later when they actually charged. Here I charged my Russian Jaegers and the Musketeers. Lifeguard, sorry, into the Swiss foot. I routed them very easily. We have basically won this, but
well, on my side, it's still a bit of a
but because you may think that like you see the French person, you didn't see that lot of men compared to us, but around here I think there's like tons of troops. There's maybe like 5 units hiding, just waiting to pounce.
Yeah, they hit a load of units.
And you can see he's got old guard, young guard. These guys over here were hiding, and then there's like they randomly appear from absolutely nowhere. So
but I start moving forward, like to launch an attack now.
As you can see, this is what remains of my musketeers who were just completely chewed up by these Lightfoot. 2 musketeers down to 80 and 90. It's not very pretty. And of course, musketeers. They didn't get to let off. They didn't actually fire much. They got 40 men left, and then my militia. Militia. What's this name? Anyway. I'm moving up my artillery, my other artillery here. I limbered it up. Forgot about them. And my 10-pounder unicorns are just going to completely destroy this area over here. It's already starting to take its toll. These chasseurs are losing a lot of men, or starting to lose a lot of men. Onto my see these young guards are just out of range for them, so I can't actually fire on them. So I just choose to fire on GuitarMan's opponent, and here I saw that GuitarMan's Lightfoot was in trouble.
Well, it's funny. I was pretty much screaming at him like, "Move out, bloody cavalry to help my Lightfoot!" And he moved them in the wrong direction first, and then he was like, "Oh, yeah."
That's okay.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, so that finishing charge there completely routed the Chasseur Cheval, as you can see. Anyway, there's nothing happening on my side. I'm just moving up my men. So let's focus on GuitarMan.
Well, I just launched an assault now, realizing that I had the advantage. So I just, sent all my men forward and start trying to, get as many shots on them as are possible. And then I think my foot guards run out of bullets.
Are you seeing this one 8-pounder foot artillery, the French guy? He's just standing there in front of the Swiss foot.
It's quite funny. Show them my one howitzer soldier, my one howitzer man. He's actually running in slow motion at the moment.
Yeah.
Look,
he's running away. Funny. He's running away at the moment.
He's not. He says he's confident. He stopped.
Anyway, that's his side, and then this is... Oh, he's died. That's a shame.
Let's give him a name.
They're out. Boris. Anyway, my side now. Some fighting's been occurred. I moved my Russian Jaegers forward. I forgot they had no ammo, so what do you do? I moved my Musketeers. These are the guys who are on the flank.
Yeah, I just saw a really good shot against the Swiss foot.
Yeah, these guys. Do you see this? They were in square. When you're in square and there's artillery firing at you, you're pretty much dead. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. If you watch Sharp, which you haven't and you need to watch it, you'd see it, and you just see like people in square. They didn't last at all. Anyway.
But it's still worth getting in square if they have cavalry.
Yeah. Draw their fire with my Jaegers. That's my tactic. While I shoot at them, my artillery blasting out. Oh, nice. Oh, that's another one. Anyway, got my men starting to fire now. My lifeguards. I realised that I didn't actually position them very well, so I'm gonna move them later. They're hidden now, so it's okay. They're not doing anything.
It's funny, my foot guys run out of bullets, so I just send them on a mad charge. Because that's the thing about, like, if you have units which fire really quickly, then they run out of bullets quickly.
Yeah, but you charge the chasseurs, and that's pretty good, because the chasseurs are just appalling at melee. I mean, not as bad as rifles, but they're still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then it was like...
I seem to have like bad luck trying to kill the general. My artillery was blasting at them for the whole game nearly. Well, up until when they were up the hill there, and they just wouldn't die. He wouldn't die, so later on maybe. Anyway, my Cossack cavalry, which are lancers, basically attacked their Swiss foot. Wow, square. I'm getting completely destroyed by artillery. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And here I do an encirclement again with my musketeers. As you can see, my musketeers are now laying fire onto these foot guards. Swiss foot. Who are now running away because they're Swiss and they're not actually French. They don't look very Swiss. They look a bit Frenchy.
That's funny. I just brought my Coldstream guards around and they just destroyed the entire flank of the young guard.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, right here. That was pretty good. You can see the dead bodies like piling up. Oh, these young guards are taking a blasting. Oh, and again, this is... I just seem to see this a lot. Is what they do is they don't have a general staff. They have a unit as a general. So this guy's general is this person right here. That's the general of the game, and he's an old guard as well. So it's pretty cool. But you know, you don't leave your general like this because these men are supposed to be for fighting, and so you have a chance of getting killed.
You can see he actually has a marshal's baton. He's holding a marshal's baton.
Yeah, right here.
It's quite an interesting tactic. Like, in both battles we played, because we did another one before this, we saw that the enemy had, an infantry unit with a general inside. And it's quite an interesting tactic. I don't know, I've never tried it before, but...
Yeah. In the other game, though, I think what they tried to do is that they save money, so they get extra old guards. They just spam on the old guards. We don't play with rules, that's our thing. And they just spam on the old guard. They just bring as many old guards as they can.
Excuse me, Wellington. I don't think we should have many more than 4 units of light infantry.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because it's artillery. I mean, you know, it's not realistic to have so much artillery firing at you.
I guess not, but it was up to the generals to
No, I was
decide
being
like
sarcastic.
how they were going to structure their armies.
Yeah, I tried running away my lancers, my Cossack cavalry. Yeah, they got away. But I bring my musketeers again. This main line. I decided to bring my rest of the army. I don't need them because this battle is practically won. As you can see, GuitarMan managed to turn the tide and fight on. But this was helped by me because he had to move his entire forward up. And finally, I get to kill a general. Watch this general. Watch.
Where?
And the general, my life guard of
I don't know where
foot.
he is.
My life guard of foot firing on it. And
Oh,
he's dead.
okay.
Well, his face just got squashed. Oh, his face was like just facing up on me. Anyway, we fire at them. This game is now over now, and it's where you start exchanging GG's, good games, and and look at the carnage of all over the battle.
I know, this is the best bit when you just go over that afterwards and you just see all the dead bodies.
It's, you know what I love best is old guard bodies, because like you hate old guard. It's just this instinct. If you fight
maybe it's
them,
because we never use them. I never play as
yeah,
France.
I don't really like France. It's way too overpowered, and it's just not fair. It's if you play against people who aren't.
I
that
just
good.
don't like them because they're French.
I use it for practical reasons. You play against people who just aren't that good, and you bring tons of old guard. They just don't know what to do, so they quit. And when they quit, like you mess up the whole game. So, yeah. Anyway, I charge my Cossack cavalry into these Swiss foot who form square, but I tried getting them out of it, but they don't want to. So.
You're not going to really succeed. I got like 11 Cossack cavalry or something. But then they just randomly start running away because I don't think I actually told anyone to start firing at them.
Anyway, move my men up again. It's the end of the game, and all what's left
They
is
just start running away and they have 73 men.
Yeah. So these guys, musketeers, we're just going to do a melee charge. Well, attempt to, before these guys are out. Well, they are routing. At least before someone else out.
Oh, that's alright.
I didn't actually know, I didn't see the scores before, so I'm going to see it now. And I didn't kill that man, but let's see what. My life guard of foot, my 2 life guards, did the best, 228 and then 160. Then my 10 pounder unicorn got 116 kills.
It's funny, I deployed not very many men, like quite a bit less than most people, everybody else.
By 100, by me.
Well, it's 180 less than
180. Yeah. So this is in general how you play. You just try to play. Find a good ally. Like if you're gonna do a 2v2, you find a good ally. You don't want to just play against people who you're scared that you don't know if you can trust them. So that's what you do. And if you can't play against someone who's like you good ally, then you just try to be it by yourself. You just make sure that all your positioning is right. Just ignore your ally completely. Just make sure that what you're doing is fine and you're on the upper hand. If you see that you're doing fine, then you can maybe start looking over at your ally. That's what I found. That's why I didn't do so well in my last battle, which we uploaded. Any last thoughts, Tom?
No, I'm not really. I hope you've learned something from watching us.
Yeah.
I hope as well you've enjoyed yourself. I'm sure we'll see everybody again.
And we'll just wait before we sign off. I just want to show you this person who's flying, and it's pretty funny. He's some light guards are firing into him. Anyway,
Well, where are we looking?
it's on the last screen, so it's where your whole army is. And you'll see it later. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.